All right, traders. To watch this video here for Wednesday, December 15th. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I basically closed out my year today. The market's just been slow, choppy, boring. When I say closed out my year, it doesn't mean I'm done trading, but I mean I sent in my fourth quarter estimated taxes, based on what I made for the fourth quarter. And I don't anticipate being up or down enough in the final week of trading to make that amount be too far off, right? So I'm basically kind of closed out my year. And for those of you that don't know, I'm taking next week off. The market's closed on Friday, but I'm taking Monday through Thursday off, and we're closing the chat room. So nobody will be in the chat room. It'll be closed for next week. And I am going to be device free for the week. I just think I need it. I think I need to get away from all electronics. Listen, I'm going to try to check my email a couple times next week just in case. Those of you are on the fence about grabbing the course before the price goes up next year. You guys all have the link, hopefully, to that half price for the course. The half price is going up because the price is going up on January 1st. So if you're on the fence, highly recommend grabbing it before Sunday so we can get you the course and you can study next week while the chat room's down. Because if you buy it next week, it may take me days to get to it. Because like I said, I'm killing the devices and I'm just doing it for my own sanity. I almost never am untethered to email and internet and all that, and I think it'll do me some good, honestly. And I just want to enjoy the Christmas week with family, right? So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, what are we watching for tomorrow? ALZN. Let me kind of zoom in a little bit here. Kind of a nice breakout. Let me zoom in more. You had a pop back here, another pop here, and then a pop today with pretty strong close. So I view tomorrow a break of today's high over 316. You look and say, well, maybe then it'll get through this 338, and maybe that'll be enough to get it through 357. So we have a stacked catalyst scenario. So certainly worth having on a chart tomorrow. Whoops, BLU. Kind of a quiet inside day. When I first put this on the list, the market wasn't closed yet, and it was kind of trading up here. But still worth watching. It's holding up pretty well after that gap up yesterday. TRHC, big volume yesterday, kind of a quiet inside day today. I like the look of that one. VLON, nice volume today and a fairly strong close. Remember, I am not a swing trader, I'm a day trader. So these are all stuff I'll be looking for in A+ intraday setup tomorrow. Overstock, OSTK, kind of gave that almost what you call an indecision candle where it closed about where it opened. And it is at some support. So I'm putting this on long watch tomorrow, just, for a bounce. I certainly don't think that's a pretty chart, but at the same time, over the last few weeks, it's fallen from 110. It's basically almost been cut in half, and it is down at support. So I'm putting that on bounce watch. That's OSTK. CPSH, nice volume, but closing well off its high. So I'll keep it on watch tomorrow, but I would have preferred a stronger close. VLON, I've got on the list twice, so let me fix my list. We don't need to watch that once tomorrow. SGMA, holding up pretty well after this big rip. You had the kind of reversal yesterday, then a gap down today. I think it was Nicholas in chat called this long through 14 here. Let me kind of zoom in so you can see it. The early high was right here at 1435. He called it long through 14, looking for a push through the high of day, which within 10 minutes, even less than 10 minutes, it went up to 1521 from the 14 call. Thought that was a pretty cool call by Nicholas. And whoops, let me go to fives. And it held up well. I should say well enough, kind of closing in the middle of its range to put up back on watch tomorrow. DWAC, let me go back to the dailies here. DWAC was on bounce watch today. We didn't get that afternoon high of day break we look for, and it's almost round trip from this nice move, so I like it a lot less, but still it hasn't met the bounce play parameters for the last few days that I've been watching it for a bounce play. So what do? I put it right back on watch. Same thing with CFVI. Which gapped down today and never gave one of the setups that we teach, right? Put in its high early, sideways most of the rest of the day. So again, I'll be looking for an A+ bounce play setup. One of them that I like is a narrow range and then an afternoon high of day break. Same thing goes for DWAC. CARS, 4 days down in a row now, to some support and near the 20-day. Back on bounce watch. It did not give a bounce play setup today. Same thing with ISIG. I'll show you the 5-minute candles. It rallied early, right? But that's not a setup. We don't chase something as it's running. And then it just tailed off the rest of the day. That's why we have rules in place, and it never triggered. So guess what? It goes back on bounce play watch for tomorrow. And then lastly, I'm going to throw PLAB on watch, which did bounce today, but when we go to 5-minute candles, you'll notice put in its high early in the opening hour. I'm not sure. This looks like the same price here. 1663, 1663.29. We'll just call that 1663. And then we didn't get the afternoon right here, high of day break. So it just goes back on bounce watch like many of the others tomorrow. Again, it's thin out there. It's dead. Emotionally, I've already kind of closed down my year. Tax-wise, I've closed down my year, but I will still be trading the rest of this week. All next week, I'm taking off. Chat room's closed. And then the final week, which is 4 days, I believe, again, I'm sure the market would be closed on that Friday as well. The final week, I will be back open, but I'm certainly not going to be trading anything with size because, again, I've already sent in my quarterlies, right? So I almost don't want a big drastic change the rest of the year. And I don't anticipate it anyway, the way the market's been. So, all right, I'm done babbling. We'll see you guys in the chat room in the morning.